Very much. Good evening, everyone. I'm here at DTT and am pleased with your hard work. Very good. It feels peaceful here. People have been working hard. All right. I'm told that there are some videos where we look at the past year. No? Okay, play away. Nice. Very good. Wow, it went by so fast. It's 2024. And I want to say just a few words. That is, I'm so happy that we're still together. So happy together. What's amazing is that the community keeps growing slowly, steadily. Not in terms of only new people, but also the old-timers. They keep on improving, which pleases me to no end. If the main thing about our way places, our programs, are for one purpose only, to help make life better for you. Indiscriminately, doesn't matter you're old-timer, young-timer, new-timer, doesn't matter to us. We're here to share our experiences, share our knowledge, so that we can improve the quality of your lives. And it cannot have happened, could not have happened unless so many of you bought into that concept and supported the temples. Okay? I'm proud of the fact that you volunteered to do that without us asking for help. Okay? It comes from the heart. You do, part of cultivation is follow your heart and do what's right. It has to feel right here. And that's what ultimately what remains with you. It's not the food, it's not the music, it's not the good time, it's that here. This heart of yours feels better about yourself, about the time that you spend, about your lives. Okay? Of course, we have not only new people, but also we lost quite a few lay people as well. We have no more lay people left because they all left a home life. The good ones all left a home life. It's amazing because they know what they're going into. They go into a life of poverty. Our life is very challenging for them. If you're a lay person, we are a lot easier on you, whereas a left-home person, our demands are much, much higher. Our expectations much higher for you, because it's just a lot of responsibilities we're carrying. We're starting something called American Mahayana. And my view of American Mahayana is that I try to transfer everything I know to you. Everything. Okay? Meaning that judge me by the end of my time here, end of my life. How far you've all become, how far you've all got, how much you got out of American Mahayana. That's the bottom line. And hopefully, I would be able to transfer everything to you. Okay, my idiosyncrasies, my quirks. We learn a lot. It's American because we learn a lot from everyone. We learn from a Chinese, of course. That's the main source of Mahayana. We learn from the Koreans. We learn from the Vietnamese. We learn from the Taiwanese. We learn from everyone. Okay, so we keep evolving, and I hope that you will continue to be with us and enrich your lives, as well as when your lives are enriched, then our lives are also enriched. Okay, it's a community. It takes many people, and we make no excuses about it. It's about how can we share our wisdom, our knowledge with you, so that you have what I've got from my teachers, They help me discover the meaning of life. They help me understand more about happiness, and my interactions with you, my teaching you, it also involves a lot of learning from my part as well, from you, on what it takes to make you happy. Okay, what's the meaning of life? And we're proud of the fact we have our quirks. We are proud to be poor. We're proud of the fact that we don't ask for things. If it comes, it comes. It doesn't come, we get by with what we have. Okay, and there is this sense that we don't worry about ourselves. We should try our best to help others. And it's not talk. You cannot help others unless you have the wisdom to do so, unless you trained to do so. So it's more like a religion for us that we're doing this. It's not, they like to think of Buddhism is like a philosophy of life. No, for us it's very religious because it's about our spiritual well-being that we're paying attention to as left-home people. Okay? And we need to fine-tune it within ourselves first as left-home people before we can share it with you. Okay? There's no holding back. Whatever we have, we're willing to share with you. We're not, don't ever think for one moment that I have to be better than you. I'm perfectly happy to be just like you. We're all the same. Okay? And so it's my purpose is to give you everything I have. Okay? It's not just talk. I hope that whatever skills I have, I hope to be able to transfer to the next generation. Okay? And so that you can also have a meaningful life. Okay? You also can be the pillars and go do your things and not worry so much about petty things, pettiness. I feel that people of the world are too petty, too worried about themselves. And I hope that all of you will become stronger. People are petty because they don't have enough. When you feel your heart is so full of joy, of peace, okay, then you stop being petty. Okay? So it's real for us because we realize that where we all came from is from pettiness, from mediocrity, from self-absorption. We're so worried about ourselves, especially from this American culture that worships the individual and promotes selfishness. Okay? And that's a recipe for disaster. It's a recipe for true unhappiness. And many of you believe just the opposite, and more people are buying into it because, I lived my life for 70 years now, almost 70 years, and I lived the Western model where you go for material things, you hoard, and you plot, and you plan, and you're willing to pay any price it takes to get what you want. That's all that matters. And I realized that it does not bring happiness, folks. That's my message to you. Don't waste your time, your life like me, okay? And find out, and at the end of your life, like many people that I used to be associated with, my family, my friends, they all so miserable. It's because they are too petty, too selfish. Okay? And it's not talk. As I said, And the more you cultivate, the more relaxed you become, the more at peace with yourself you become. Then you know you're going in the right directions. It's not just knowledge here, it's not intellect where you feel that you know and you understand. It's about how your heart feels. I'm asking you, okay, to become more sensitive to how your heart feels, how more peaceful it feels, how more joy, little joys that you can experience during the day than before. If you're like that, then you're sharing it with the world. You're rubbing off everyone that comes near you. And that's what we do. We're not trying to become famous. We're not trying to build an empire called American Mahayana. We can't care less about the head count. We can't care less about the recognition. It's never that important to us. Okay? We all need to feel at peace within ourselves first. After all the talk, after all the money, after all the food, after all the attention, after all the fame and profit, how do you feel by yourself at night? Especially when you look at your children, your nieces and your nephews. How do you feel? What kind of example are you setting for them? Because my parents were not good examples for me. My uncles, my relatives were very successful. In my prior life, I was supposed to become a minister, and become a big shot. And I'm glad I failed miserably and I became a beggar instead. And so that unless, this is the premise that people are so wrong about, unless you do something to bring peace and happiness to your lives every day, you will never know happiness for yourselves. You're always chasing after your tails, you're chasing after a shadow, you're chasing after these illusions that your mind fabricates, and that's reinforced by society. We know why these people are so miserable that that's the only way they know how to live their lives. And that's what we're doing is a very small revolution where we stop and say, no, we're not following the norms. We're not succumbing to all these falsehood. Okay? We learn to listen to our heart. Listen and pay attention. And it's measurable, folks. It's not up here. Okay? It's in your heart. You need to find peace every day, folks. That's for your sanity. Only you can give it to yourselves. No one else. No amount of money can buy it. No amount of love and other people can give it to you. The peace, it wells up from inside of you. And that's real. That's your gift to everyone around you. That's why we're doing this. That's why it's catching on. It's all voluntary with us. I'm so proud of the fact that many of you have come a long time ago, some are newer, and it's the same attitude. You said, this feels good, that I want to help contribute and share more of this to more people. Whether it's one more person per year, one more person a month, that's good enough for us. We're not worried about headcount. We're not worried about getting recognition. It's about, first of all, do we feel more peaceful? incrementally. Let's take care of that. And then it rubs off naturally. Okay? And so for that, thank you for your hard work. Thank you for your persistence, because that's what it takes. You do it. We advocate that you need to cultivate, you need to meditate every day as part of your maintenance of your physical and mental health. And it seems to be catching on. It doesn't matter how busy you are, how many excuses that you can come up with. You still, most of you, still believe in spending an hour a day taking care of your health. Whether it's meditation, whether it's doing a morning ceremony, whether it's participating in a mantra session. We have all sorts of things that you can do to take care of yourselves. Because don't count on anyone else to do it for you. It's so fundamental. If you're not willing to do it for yourself, who will? If you depend on anyone else, chances are that person will start making demands on you and make you compromise in order to get what you want from them. You only are the real person you can count on. Okay? And that's something you have to do every day to take care of yourself. Okay? If you cannot take care of yourselves, how can you possibly help anyone else? Because if you can't take care of yourselves, you are a burden to all others. To me, it's so fundamental. That's what I like about my teacher. It's just that it's a hard thing to do. It's such a hard thing to do. That's why when we started 19 years ago, and tomorrow will be 20 years, okay? It'll be a big year for us, where we started with one person, and then another person came along, another person came along. We focus on one individual at a time. Okay? And we learn. We learn from so many of you. We learn how to do it better, how to better accommodate your needs. Whether it's you're old, whether it's you're Korean, whether you're Vietnamese, you're Chinese, we learn. We're constantly learning and evolving ourselves. And it's because of your contribution. So thank you for that. I mean it. I know that this is my path because I'm learning. I'm really enjoying it. Okay? Enjoying and learning from all of you. And keep up the good work, everyone. As I said, what is it about? So happy together. Okay, I know most of you are depressed, and you walk away from the temple and say, oh, I don't like myself. I'm so unhappy. But when you come to the temple, we're so happy together. And I hope in the future, more people will take advantage of it. And I'm not, believe me, I'm very, very happy with what we have. I have no dreams of notoriety and recognition and bigger temples. It's a lot more suffering, you realize. But but when the opportunity presents itself, I hope that more of you will be willing to step up and say, I'd like to share. Let me become another center where people can come, and I will teach them about life, about how to live a better life, and help them produce results, not just false promises, because we're very demanding on ourselves. Can we deliver? I ask myself every day, what is that I can do to help you more, to bring you to the next level, next level, next level? I plan ahead, 3 years ahead of time, 5 years ahead of time, like the communists. Okay? I don't sit here and do nothing. It looks like I'm doing nothing, but I'm planning ahead. I'm preparing and paving the way for the next generation to go out on their own and do the things and find their own happiness. Be a center of happiness that they can share with others. Okay? And so, forgive me for being demanding. Forgive me for being too blunt sometimes. Forgive me for being uncool and yelling at you publicly, embarrassing you publicly, and showing my temperament. Okay? I have a huge temper. I'm bipolar, I admit to you. So sometimes I can't help myself. I have to yell at someone, otherwise I go crazy. So for that, I apologize to those innocent victims of my temper. My frustrations, it has to be let out, folks. So forgive me for all those moments. Okay? And I promise you, I will become better. I will become more violent. I guarantee you that. Okay? I should be the person that you are most terrified of, I feel. Because you're becoming stronger and stronger, and so many of you are fearless. That is not a healthy thing to be. Okay? You need to know fear to motivate yourselves. Especially, please forgive me for gabbing so much. Especially, I notice our women, they don't listen to me anymore. They start arguing with me. Whatever I tell them, they said, no, but no, Master, I disagree with you. You are contradicting yourselves. I have proof. And they whip out all these videos I said 20 years ago. Did I say that much that you have to translate so much in Chinese? In Korean? The Koreans are going crazy themselves. We are an open book. When we unhappy, we unhappy. Okay? When Master is unhappy, run for cover. All right. Anyone would like to say anything? Oh, they started a celebration already. Okay, if you think of something, anything, bring it up. If not, let's continue learning from our teacher, the great Master Thichvinhhoausa. Way Mountain, comment. Go ahead.
A Di Đà Phật, con kính thầy. Chúng con xin kính chúc thầy một năm mới sức khỏe luôn tốt, luôn gửi đến cho chúng con những bài pháp thoại hữu ích và quý giá để chúng con được tinh tấn bước vững trên con đường tu tập. Dạ, và con rất cảm ơn Thầy. Khi con đến đây, con đã được học hỏi nhiều nơi Thầy cũng như chư huynh đệ nơi đây. Con cảm nhận được sự năng lượng tràn đầy trong con. Con biết nhẫn nhịn nhiều hơn, khiêm tốn và tự đè cái bản ngã mình xuống như Thầy đã dạy. Và con tất cả những cái điều tốt lành con sẽ cố gắng tu tập và học tập nơi Thầy để không còn phụ lòng của Thầy. Và con cũng xin Thầy càng bạo lực hơn để chúng con càng tinh tấn và tu tập. Amitabha.
I'm not sure it's a good thing to translate, but translate anyway. I might as well suffer a little bit before the year ends.
Amitabha, Master. Hello, Master. We would like to send our wish to Master for the New Year's with health, great health, and always give us the Dharma lecture that can help us motivate ourselves to cultivate better. I would like to appreciate Master that when I came here, you and people around helped me with a lot of energy that teaching me to become more patient and more humble, that I can help suppress my ego. And I hope that I try my best to learn for all of the good things from you guys, and so that I don't fall short to your expectation. And I hope that you can become more brutal to us so that we can learn to be more vigorous in our cultivation.
So again, it's my temper because I'm manic. When I go crazy, it's my manic side. It's really not my fault. No, the truth of the matter is that as a community, you are the most scary community because you're so demanding. Every day, every week, I sit here, I said, I cannot repeat the same things I told you last week because you outgrown it already. You're the most challenging group that I feel the pressure every single weekend. Every time I speak Dharma to you, I said, they change again, they improve again, so I can't speak the same thing anymore. Okay, and I'm very proud of it because if people can pay attention to each other, you can learn so much from each other. Okay, in particular, for example, men should learn more from the women because women are so strong. So anyway, so it's you who make this community so much more interesting. All right, and it's a lot of hard work. I realize that people don't just improve, folks. I know you improve because you work very hard, and for that I'm very grateful. Okay, it's no substitute for hard work, folks. There's no magic. It's about you willing to work hard and making sacrifices. K YouTube comment.
네, 지구지구님의 코멘트입니다. 모든 분들 새해 복 많이 받으시길 바랍니다. 누군가로부터 선물을 받으면 기쁘기도 하지만 약간의 부담이 느껴지기도 합니다. 누군가에게 선물을 할 땐 기쁘기만 합니다. 이상입니다.
This is a question from Jigu.
Shabu. Okay.
Jigu.
Chiku. Kuchi. in Espanol.
It means earth, earth. So
Earth?
Yeah, earth, earth.
It's the same as in Espanol, cuchi, cuchi.
Gucci, Gucci, okay. So this person says, Happy New Year, everyone. I have a question. When I receive presents from someone, I feel joy, but also I feel a little bit of pressure. But when I give a present to someone, I only feel joy. So is it okay for me to, when I receive a present or give a present, is it okay for me to just feel joy?
Absolutely. You're alive. Part of being alive is to experience joy. I have a problem with the Asian style of cultivation because they suppress joy. I don't believe in that. I believe that we work so hard, our life has so much pressure, and that it cannot be, if you don't pay attention, your life will be out of balance. This is very important for you, not just the joy that you experience from giving others or receiving gifts from others, but little joys that you should take time out every single day to really, really enjoy yourself. Whether it's like, say, going by and just say hello to a co-worker that you like. You say, hi, good morning, and you mean it. Without saying it, I'm so glad that you're still alive, if he's old. Okay? Or, I'm glad that your hair looks nice. It's such a nice thing to look at you. The little joys right there, I feel, is so important to our mental health. Okay? Even during cultivation or chanchi here, we make you sit and endure the leg pain and so forth and so forth. But it's never about teaching you to suppress joy. It's about teaching you to endure what's difficult to endure so that you appreciate more when good things happen to you. That's a spirit. That joy there, okay, is very healthy, that's very normal, as long as you don't seek it. Let it come naturally from your heart. That you, in the morning, you wake up and you look over to the other side of the bed and say, honey, good morning. And you mean it. You know what I mean? If you're single, you look at yourself, mirror, good morning. It's a little joys. Why do you need to look for so far? Enjoy the little things about your lives. Enjoy the cup of, I hate to say it, coffee, Vietnam coffee. And you wouldn't believe we talked about Vietnamese coffee today at lunch for 2 hours. And I cannot tell all of it because part of it is like R-rated. Anyway, little joys in life is very important, folks. And I believe in the small joys. I'm not looking for the big cars, the red cars, even though it helps a lot. Okay, but to me, there's just small joys that people need to have every day. That's very, very important. As I said, as long as it arises spontaneously. Don't keep on asking for, did I have joy today? Did I, No, it comes naturally from you because you yourself, if you live like that, it's time for you to enjoy a dose of being human. How about that? I know many of you are depressed. He said, joy? no, I don't enjoy my life. So be it. You are not able to enjoy your life and to feel good about yourself. How about little things? Little things that you enjoy doing. That's important to you. Very important. If you feel depressed, take a walk. Okay? Exercise. Jog. Okay? Do something to distract from yourself. Bring a little bit of joy into your life. Do not be a victim to your depression ghosts. Okay? That's what I want to see. It's very important. So for me too, personally, I do enjoy it. When I crack a joke and my disciples laugh, I say, so they are enjoying themselves. And that joy there, it's very contagious. If you can just bring a little bit of joy to yourselves, it spreads. People appreciate it. Okay? Yes, Wei Mao.
Amitabha, Master. Happy New Year to everyone.
You back down south already? I'm glad you survived Oakland. This guy came up here and went to Oakland because we forgot to tell him, don't go to Oakland.
Yeah. I didn't get shot at in Oakland.
Not yet.
I won't go back to work there.
Okay.
So I kind of wanted to share. I was able to cultivate a weekend at Gold Forest a couple months ago, and I felt like it was a healing experience because I was just doing what everyone else is doing, and without even thinking about it, and I felt like it healed something. I know I have some serious problems, and I want to thank everybody for putting up with me for the last 5 years. So
5 years already? Really?
Yeah, 5 years.
Wow. Wow. No wonder you aged so much.
So then the Fo Chi for me was different from the other ones because it was out of my comfort zone. But I think it was, again, like a healing. I don't know how it works spiritually, but when it helps me, it helps the people I come in contact with outside in the crazy world out there. So, what else? I forgot what else I was going to say, but Happy New Year. Thanks.
Okay, thank you. Happy New Year to you as well. Okay, excellent. Anyone else? Well, if you can think of something, say something whenever. Okay, where are we? Did we read the Chinese thing or from the slides here?
Yeah, we can start reading from here. This audio has ended.
Yeah, that's end the year right, learning from a great teacher. And tonight I will behave, I will agree with him. Today at lunch, my disciple said, I felt so bad because last night he disagreed with everything. Tonight I will redeem myself. I hope. I have a big mouth. Sometimes, as I told you, I'm manic. I cannot help myself. I need to disagree. Like my women disciples disagree with me now, and I realize they're all manic. They disagree just for the sake of disagreeing. Continue, please.
就好像你们本来不会成佛，现在教你学佛法，你一点一点就会成佛了，一样的道理。
Just like how originally you wouldn't become a Buddha, now I teach you the Buddha Dharma. Little by little, you will become a Buddha. It's the same principle.
Exactly. I agree with him. Next.
所以哪一个人不能和师父分别？不要那么的孤寒不舍得。
So whomever is unable to distinguish their money from the master's, don't be so miserly that you're reluctant to give.
There you go. Don't be so miserly. Give all your money to the master. Is that what he said? I think so.
要先公后私，这个道场就是公共的，私人是小方面。
You must prioritize the public interests over personal interests. This way, This way place is public, while personal interests are smaller in comparison.
Absolutely. This is so true. However, can I add a little bit more? May I? Because I know some of you are falling asleep already. The concept here is very Chinese, okay? Gong versus su, okay? Gong is public. Su is personal. So what he's teaching here is a pure Chinese Buddhism, Chinese culture, where they stress you need to have a public-minded approach to life, and don't be so selfish. This is quintessential Asian culture, by the way. To me, this is so beautiful that I myself personally chose the Western culture where you put yourself above everyone else. Okay, and it is so wrong. Let me tell you. I know I'm yellow, I don't look like a Westerner, but I understand a lot of Western cultures, about Western culture, because I adopted it as a guiding light for my life. Okay, and it's only after I discovered Mahayana through Master Shinhua that I realized the depth of the Asian culture. And it's right there, right here, where don't worship yourself so much. As I like to put it, you're not that important. We are not that important. You know? It's about, don't go as crazy as the Chinese here where they say public. Public is big. You know, public, I hear, look at it as public transportation, where you need to share space with a lot of foreigners, different people. That's too difficult for me. You know, it's to me, to tell me that I go to a bus, I should suppress myself and go public only, that I cannot do. To me, it is something, it becomes, if you yourself in your heart find it difficult to do, and becomes intellectual thing, where you only talk about public thing like the Chinese talk about public, but they really don't believe it. Agree, disagree. I'm not disagreeing with Master Shenhua, mind you. I'm asking you about your own culture, especially you have a lot of Chinese and Asian speaking people here. When you talk about public here, okay, I think to you, it's like, it's an intellectual concept, public, you know, the broader interest. Okay? That's why I see when I look at the Koreans, look at the Chinese, look at the Vietnamese, they use the word public here. Even here in the US, when they talk about the Westerners, they talk about public, it's a mental construct to me. Yes, 6.
Master, I agree. I grew up listening to a lot of these kind of talks from my teachers, my parents. And then even after I come to the US, I still hear a lot of things like this from higher ups in my company. So I've naturally become accustomed to just treating these as just talk. And then even when some of these talkings actually, when I hear it, I feel good in my heart. I feel that this is something I want to do. But there's always a voice on the back of my head that says that says that I'm more important, that this will not give me much. And then when there's something very small that, when I get hurt because I try to carry out these kind of principles, then it kind of confirmed that voice, and I start to follow that voice instead of following this principle.
Yeah, because it's a sales pitch. When people talk about public-mindedness, it's brainwashing. The people who talk like that are actually don't behave like that. They're only selling it to you so that you can suppress yourself to their benefit. Okay? And this is a problem I have with this concept of public-mindedness, because it's more of a concept than how you feel inside. The culture in Asia, in the West right now, are becoming these sales pitches where you talk about sacrifices, you talk about public interest, but actually you don't believe it, because ultimately what they prize is, for women, your sexuality, for men, it's the size of your wallet. What is it? Look, these role models for people, the Elon Musk, the Donald Trump, are they public-minded? No, they're not. They're so selfish. The only person that matters to them is themselves. So try to convince me. You cannot convince me they're public-minded at all. No. If we have to choose between us and them, guess who's going to choose? Them, for sure. So do you call it public-mindedness? Not to me. Public-mindedness is not a concept. It's how you live your life. You don't buy things to get what you want. You give away things so that people get what they want. How about that for being public-minded? Don't just give it away. Don't demand, don't ask for anything back. That's the beginning of being public-minded. How's that? Because I fear that these people, the success stories, these successful people that we use as role models, our children use as role models, are so selfish. They're not public-minded at all. They're only selling the concept of public-mindedness for their own personal gains. Anyone who gives money to a museum, they want their names in there. I went to a museum recently. Each section has the donor's name. Yes, these work of arts are worth so much money, and it's a generous gift from them. And it's public-mindedness because they want to share with a lot of people. I'm teaching you about the next level where you just give it away and your name doesn't appear. There's no Elon. There's no Donald Trump. How's that? All these people are doing is they're promoting themselves. They're promoting their names. They're promoting their brand. And disguised as public-mindedness. Public-mindedness for us has much higher standards, where it's not a sales pitch, where public-mindedness is when you are willing to take losses and never whine and bitch and moan about it and brag about it. You know why I talk like that? Because I saw in one person alive, great Master Shenhua. He's the only person I know who's 100% public-minded. That's why I speak from experience. I disagree with a lot of words he uses, but I know it's a sales pitch. I don't worry about it. I look at his life. This man here is public-minded. He does nothing for himself. Nothing. After he died, he said, "Don't build a stupa under my name. Don't use my name on all the buildings. Don't say this is the Shenhua Tang or the Shenhua Temple. You are not allowed to do that. My name should disappear." And that's why I need you to remember, it's not talk, folks. He spent his entire life demonstrating what it means to be public-minded. It's not just talk like it sounds here. He lived like that. And that's the standards I want you, monks and nuns, to compare against. Don't measure yourself in terms of the size of your temple, in terms of how much money you end up in your account, what kind of car you drive, okay? How many people follow you, how famous you are, how much money you make every month, and how much money you bring to the temple. It's about how much you're willing to give. How much more are you willing to give? My teacher have quite a few mistakes. I disagree with him a lot. Okay? I disapprove of. But there are certain fundamental values that the standards are incredibly high. That's why he's a patriarch. My patriarch. Yes, you too.
This is from car seat headrest. My dad worked in our local government in the PR branch. It wasn't a glamorous or high-profile job, but he worked hard every day. When I hear the words public-minded, I think of people like him who work selflessly behind the scenes to provide resources to the public.
Absolutely. You know, this is what makes America so great a country, because there are a lot of people who are really, really public-minded. They really believe in that. You know, call it the influences from Catholicism, from what's the religion from England? Anglican Church? What is that called? No, there's a not Presbyterian. Somehow the name slipped my mind. But a lot of the original founders of the American culture came from the religious people from England. To me, is one of the greatest gifts from that country, because they brought the value system here, and I see it. I don't know that much about here in California, but I first came to the Midwest. I saw that value system in the Midwest, Minnesota, Illinois, and so forth. Yes, Way Mountain.
So is that Evangelica?
Angelica?
Evangelical.
Evangelica, no, it's something else. I'll come back eventually, because they have a lot of issues themselves, because they got lost in the money issue. You too?
Car seat headrest said Puritans! !
Not Puritan. It's Anglican Church has something, because I used to live in up here, and my ex-wife liked to get married in one of those churches, because it's a real cute church. Anyway, my point being that I agree with him wholeheartedly, because I met so many small people, if you will. They don't even have a 2 minutes of claim to fame at all that's worth mentioning on TV. They are so invisible, and yet they believe in doing the right things. They believe in righteousness, and that's a foundation of the moral fabric of this country, which I really, really am grateful for. This is why Mahayana has to come here, because of such people. Mahayana cannot thrive unless you have the people with the proper roots already. These are the people that believe in righteousness and doing the right things at great personal costs, and they're very proud of it. Not that they can teach it to their children, but by living their lives like that, their children are greatly influenced by that. And to me, it's such an important thing to do. You have to believe in the right things and be willing to do it, not just talk about it. It's not about sales pitches. It's about doing it, living your life like that. Especially now that I have a chance, before year end, time is coming up here very quickly. We have a lot of young recruits who foolishly decided to try becoming a left form people. And let me remind you, okay, it's a different world. I've been very patient with many of you, because you have a lot of family obligations and many family attachments, and it's no rush at all. I'm very patient. I wait and I wait and I wait. But let me give you a very simple principle, okay, for receiving training, our style of training. The first thing I recommend you do is cut off family ties. This is fundamental to the training of left form person. It has always been done this way, and I've been most lax about it, because my early days, my disciples were weak. You, the next generation, are much faster. You chose the path so much faster than the prior generations. Okay? And don't confuse the two. This is the path where you need to sever your family attachments. They're very heavy for you, and you need to look at that and sever the attachments. In particular, many of you, your parents are too emotionally attached to you. Especially you Chinese people are, single child, and they put all their hopes in you, their futures in you, and everything is about you. So for me to steal you from them is very shocking. It's very difficult for them to accept. Okay? It's something that I'm very sorry I have to do it to them, but it's for their own good. And so it's best you help them by cutting them off. I'm making it official now. Because you didn't, they will continue to plot against my training you. And that's an offense they don't want to commit. In time, I promise you, you will be able to come back to them again. And you will be in position to really help them. But now, your emotional attachments to your own family members are simply messing up with your training. That's all it's doing. Okay? So the cleanest, and that has always been done this way in my generations, and in my prior generation before, okay, is you cut them off. Don't contact them, ignore them. That's a price you have to pay temporarily, okay? Because they are a distraction. And use it to look at your emotional attachments to them, okay? It's a weakness. Cut them off. You don't allow weaknesses. If the steel, I'm forging you into that steel, it cannot afford to have weaknesses and impurities. Am I being clear enough? There's no excuses. And I bring it up to you because the recent happening here made it very clear to me, that time is of the essence. Don't waste your time. You chose to shave your head is because you you asking us to be very demanding, very tough on you, a lot more than any other programs, I assure you. It's very, very difficult. And the time right now for you, it doesn't matter, I call you novice or ordained person for various reasons, okay? The time for you right now is to spend on building the proper foundation. That's my specialty. I help you build foundations in ways you don't understand. That's why I take it very seriously. I do it personally to each and every one of you. If you're a left-home person, I'm a lot harder, I'm a lot more demanding. If you're a lay person, I'm a lot more relaxed. But make no mistake about it. I'm watching each and every one of you and look at your foundation. Yes, you too.
From Anthony H. Master, do we live in a simulation?
You live in a simulation. I don't. Okay? You too.
Master, this is from Dan Yang. 师父阿弥陀佛，提前祝您新年快乐，感恩您和您的僧团一直关注我们的家庭，给了我们很多的帮助。我们家庭每一位成员在2024年都有了很大的变化。您是我丈夫的人生导师，他对您充满了尊敬。我的丈夫每次提到您，他都会很骄傲地说，我的师父是永化法师。我的丈夫遇到您之后变得更柔软了，他以前很优秀，现在更优秀了。我对您最大的回报就是好好修行，做一个不让师父失望的好人。谢谢师父。
Amitofo Master, wishing you a happy new year in advance. I'm deeply grateful to you and your Sangha for always caring for our family and providing us with so much help. Each member of our family has experienced significant changes in 2024. You're my husband's life mentor, and he holds you in the highest respect. Whenever my husband mentions you, he proudly says, "My master is masteryonghua." After meeting you, my husband has become more gentle. He was already excellent, but now he's even better. The greatest way I can repay you is by diligently practicing, striving to be a good person who doesn't disappoint my master. Thank you, Master.
Okay, thank you for the feedback. I don't know what to say. I don't think I did much at all. It's all about your good roots maturing. These people, I think they frequented good teachers already. I think they are disciples of Master Shenhua, and they really took his teachings to heart, and they supported his way places and learned a lot from Master Shenhua. So it's very hard for me to take credit. It's very much like he helped plant so many great roots in so many people, and I'm just came along and helped some of them mature a little bit faster, that's all. But the foundations are there from great Master Shenhua. And so we should all be very grateful to Master Shenhua for such a selfless work. And it's so difficult to follow us. I admit to you that we are too quirky. We don't speak Dharma the same way the other masters. We are sometimes too blunt, sometimes too bipolar, I admit to you. And it turns off a lot of people. I know I really offended a lot of people. Most Buddhist disciples' reaction would be, that's not Dharma he's talking. He's talking nonsense. And somehow it seems to help some of you, quite a few of you, because of the great roots you planted in the past already. So I can't claim credit for it. Buddhism is a very long-term process that unless you have great roots, there's not much we can do. So whatever benefits you have attained so far is from your prior teachers, let me assure you. From the prior Korean Sunims, that they spend a lot of time teaching you. The other prior Chinese teachers, Japanese teachers, Vietnamese teachers, like Master XZ here, he started with a Vietnamese teacher a long, long time ago as a monk already, you see. And so to say that it's all our work is not true. Buddhism is a very long-term process where you yourself planted great blessings. And all we're doing, our little part in that, is to help encourage you to do one thing. To somehow convince you to let your goodness well up in your heart, and it comes out in your actions. That's what we do. It's no magic. The goodness is there already. It's not like we are inventing it and we're creating something new. You have it so much in your heart already. And our jobs, Jungin Sunim and all you people, is somehow find a way to convince them that it's the right thing to do, to let that goodness translate into an action, and you won't regret it. Okay? So that's what we do. This is what we are supposed to do that. We're supposed to give you the environment where you can really believe it. You can really come to this place here and know that we're not doing anything, pulling any tricks to get money out of your pocket. In contrast, we want to do everything possible to help you find more peace, more happiness in your heart, so that you can feel good about yourself, about the goodness in your heart that you're capable of. And you have to believe in it. That's what makes you stronger. That you see the goodness in you, and then you say, wow, I like this. I like myself more. And no one else can change that. Because the goodness wells up inside your heart. It's there already. That's all we do, is to create an environment for you, to let it prosper, let it proliferate. And like Mr. Park says, march forth and prosper, everyone. Hallelujah. Okay? Yeah. It feels good to do good in your heart. We're not asking for much. We don't need to have, to win the super lotto. Yeah, maybe every now and then would be nice. But all your good roots are there. And I really mean this. There's no way that this could have happened if you didn't have those great roots already. You've been doing all the right things, many lifetimes already. Okay? And we chose to get together here to bring out that goodness in our hearts quicker. That's all. By reinforcing each other, helping each other, reminding each other. It's not about recognition, but it's about encouraging each other. It's the right thing to do, Because we can do the typical way by by selling you the benefits of Buddhism and teaching classes and helping you with material things and recognition and make you feel good about how important you are. Our approach is slightly different. Our approach is that we do things to suppress your ego, because there are certain parts of your ego that, unless you're careful, those are the parts that will prohibit your goodness from coming out. And I speak from experience. I'm a very black-hearted person. I plot and scheme. I plotted and schemed constantly. Yes, Wei Mountain.
Hello, I just want to say Happy New Year to you and also to your Sangha members and your people in your temples. They have helped me a lot too, and I'm just trying to be a better person myself too.
Thank you very much. It means a lot coming from a Catholic. We're not about labels, folks. It doesn't matter what you call yourself. All that matters is that you're a good-hearted person. That's all we care about. Call yourself a Catholic, call yourself an Anglican, call yourself a Jew. It doesn't matter. Buddhist, doesn't matter. Just be a good person and do good. That's all. We hope that you be like. Okay? And I know it's not easy for you, because most often I'm very brutal with your ego. I beat up on your ego. It doesn't matter who you are. If I feel there are things where I have a chance to point out your blind spots that no one else can, okay, then I tend to grab it. And I apologize for my temper, for my uncontrollable moods and my depression and my mania. I have so many issues, and the only excuse I have is that it helps me to release it on you. So thank you for that. And Happy New Year to all of you. Don't run away, okay? I promise I will be better next year. More violent. Because as you improve, your ego becomes much more difficult to deal with. And it's little things that will get you off on a tangent before you realize it. Yes, you too.
From Cordelia, Master, how or what can lay people do to help strengthen our foundation or further deepen our good roots?
If I knew, I would have bottled it and make a fortune. Because that's the standard Buddhist line. How can we do better and make better and so forth? No, there's no formula. Each person is different. Each one of you, your ego is so sick. Oops, there I go again. Okay, today I be nice. We're going to have a party soon, right? I don't want to ruin your mood. Okay? I take it back. Can I finish this next year? The ego, let me tell you, as a final message of year-end message to you, because I will tune out in a few minutes. I have a party to go to. Sorry, kids. more important things in life than speaking Dharma to you. I'm sorry. Okay, I need to go eat. The ego, okay, the more you improve, the more demonic it becomes. It's much more difficult as your samadhi level gets higher. You know what the consequences are? Your ego is much faster, much smarter, much more evil. So sometimes it cannot wait. And this is my only excuse I will present to you for this year. Okay, sometimes you have to strike the iron while it's still hot. You know, you have to grab the ego by the throat right there and squeeze. And when you do that, you look very bad. You look so cruel. You know, I don't know, you remember just a couple nights ago, I squeezed a big boy, and I squeezed a big boy by the throat. I grabbed him by the throat. I lifted up in the air. I kept on squeezing and squeezing and squeezing. You forgot already? This poor guy who thinks so highly of himself. And I kept on squeezing and squeezing. Okay? Because I've been waiting for 3 years now for the chance to squeeze his throat until he dies. And I stopped in time the other night because I didn't want to go to jail. My point, I'm joking a lot. My point here is that your ego is the most difficult thing to pin down. And it has to be done at the moment only. If you miss it, then you have to wait for who knows when the next opportunity will be. Okay? Yeah. All right. I think we spoke enough today, and I'm very proud. I agree with my teacher tonight, for the record. I agree with him 100%. I'm so proud of myself. That deserves an applause, I feel. Thank you. Don't overdo it, please. Give me some room to disagree tomorrow. Thank you, everyone. We stop here tonight. There's a party here at DTT in our way places. Enjoy yourself, and Happy New Year to you in Asia, okay, and East Coast, and so forth, okay. Happy New Year, everyone. We see you next year. Okay, let's go have a little bit of fun.